Have you ever waited for something for so long that hope seemed impossible? So many times in my life, I have had to wait on things. Like, God has actually taught me patience in waiting for things. I was like, oh, this thing is going to happen tomorrow. And I have to wait like 2 years, 2 whole years to get it. At a point, I'm like, nah, this hope is hopeless. This hope is not hoping. Have you ever been in such a situation before? This is the story of Sarah. Sarah had unwavering faith in the face of waiting so long for something that she had been promised, something that she knew was going to come even naturally. And her laughter was turned into a legacy. She waited on God for something for so long that you will think in this day that is it even worth waiting for? Why don't you go out there and then do something about it? But she still kept her faith in God. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah was the wife of Abraham. She was known for her beauty, her grace. She was one of those women in the Bible where, when they mention Sarah, you're like, aye, that's the ish. This is the woman I want to be like. Her husband was wealthy. She had man servants, women servants, whatever you can call it. She had all the pros that anybody would ever want. And she also had a story of waiting. Despite being promised by God that she was going to be a mother of many nations, imagine God telling you, oh, you're going to be the mother of many nations. She had to wait so long. She experienced a phase of barrenness for years. She even left her fertile years. She had to wait for so long. And this was a time where fertility was really honored. Like every man wanted to pass down something to their children and their children's children, and she was barren, even though a promise had been made to her. Yet within her laid a destiny, one that would shape the history of the world, one that would give her a lineage that would bring hope to people, that would bring hope to the entire world, including yourself and myself. She faced barrenness. And in her time, like facing barrenness was something that could really bring you shame, something that could really keep you indoors for the rest of your life, because everybody wanted a son, wanted a child, wanted a lineage to hand over whatever they were working so hard for to them. Unfortunately for Sarah, her longing for a child was met with silence, long years of waiting. That tested her patience and her faith. Another challenge she also faced was self-doubt. She doubted herself. After a while, she was like, can I even give birth? Can I even carry a child of my own? Let me just get somebody to carry this child for me, because I know God has said it, but I can't. I am past the age of giving birth. And she doubted herself. She doubted what God had also said she was going to do, or who God had said she was going to be. Living in an era like Sarah's, where everybody saw youth as beauty. She was beautiful, and then she started growing old and all these kind of things. Like, she was like, okay, I am left behind and I don't think this promise is for me anymore. Her challenges were not just about waiting anymore. It was just about trusting a promise that you've been given, that you thought was time bound, but now the time is running out. And this promise was supposed to defy the natural order of like giving birth in your youthful times, giving birth when you were known to be fertile. This was a promise that was going beyond the waiting. But even in the face of challenges, Sarah learned to find faith in the face of impossibilities. Time was running out and everything seemed against her. There were human limitations placed on her, her age. She was going into menopause or even beyond menopause, and God had said something about her. She still kept her faith even when the angels came and delivered the word to her husband, and she was there in the kitchen preparing something and she laughed. She still was like, okay, God has still said it. Let me still have faith in the face of impossibility. Personally, for me, Sarah's story always teaches me patience. See, like, God is not time bound. Things that God has said concerning you, or things that you believe that God will do for you, He will still do it. But it's not going to be bound by human time. It's not going to be bound by your 20 years, your next 5 years. God's timing is different. And we can only learn to trust God in periods where we think His timing is not working with our timing. We can only learn to be patient in these phases. Sarah's story also teaches me about rekindling hope. Her laughter could have meant that the hope was dead, but in her story, I have actually learned that that hope was rekindled. She had waited for long, and humanly speaking, she would have been tired. But then her laughing and still believing that God had her in mind speaks a lot to me, and I hope that this speaks a lot to you as well. As a modern day woman, what have you learned from this, and how can you apply Sarah's life story to help you in your walk in this modern century? Trust the process. Sometimes you would have to wait for what you think you've been promised, or what you know has to come to you. And during that period of waiting, God teaches you a lot. It's not just about the potter bringing out the clay and then making the pot. The process of refining the clay, of stretching it, of beating it, and everything brings out the best in the clay. And so I would say, trust the process as a modern woman. If that promotion is taking so long, if that childbearing is taking so long, if that marriage is taking so long, trust the process. Involve God in the process as well. Involve yourself in the process. Learn all that you can learn during the process, because that's where you are refined the most. Embrace your journey. Your journey is different from someone else's journey. Someone can be 25 today, be married, have their child, things working for them. You might be like 30, 35-ish, not married, still waiting on God to be married. Embrace your journey. Ask God to teach you what you need to learn during that phase that you are in, and embrace it. Life comes with so many setbacks. Life comes with so many challenges. People have their own challenges that they don't even want to talk about it. But if you keep comparing your journey to other people's journey, then you might not enjoy what God is about to do in your life. You might end up comparing too much that you will not be able to embrace the journey that you're walking. Also, celebrate small victories. Modern women, 21st century women, they always want to get to the pinnacle before they start celebrating. See, every small step towards your goal is worth celebrating. Celebrate these small victories. That small compliment that you get at work, that little note that somebody says, oh, thank you, celebrate them. It's a step to that promotion. It's a step to that master's degree that you want to get. And remember that even laughter in the midst of trials can lead to a breakthrough. Smile, go out there, smile, celebrate all those small victories. Don't look too much to the end goal that you forget about the small victories and the small breakthroughs that are coming your way. Go out there and shine. I need you to do this for me. Just reflect on a time where you have waited so long for something, what you did during the waiting period, how it helped you. Share in the comment section to help somebody else. And I know that at the end of the waiting period, God is going to wow you. God is going to blow your mind. Catch you in my next video. Bye.